What's up, guys? So I finally am out here making this video on my T-45D power helmet from Fallout. This is the remake, and as you can see over here, this is the original that I made that I've showed you guys before. Been wanting to make this video for quite a while now. I just haven't had the remake sculpt done quite yet, or like the cast I should say. I had it pretty much done, but not quite enough to make a video, so finally got it done enough to make a video. So I brought him out here to these old tires just to kind of set in the mood, set the tone a little bit, make it a little post-apocalyptic, and hopefully get some cool shots. I got a few cool pictures. I may put some up with the work in progress pictures that I'm going to show. But I just brought the old one out just to kind of do a comparison, like I did with my NCR veteran helmet remake that I did a while ago. I thought that was kind of a cool video. This one, the difference is not as pronounced because this one turned out pretty good, actually, the original, because it was pepakura and bondo and resin, all that kind of stuff. This one was obviously the clay sculpt and making a mold and then pulling the cast like I do now, but you can still kind of see a difference, see the progression in my work, I hope. So as always, I kind of do like all the details and greeblies and stuff on the helmet, just with like scrap odds and ends whenever I can find. On this one, I didn't have to do it as much because I put a lot of the details, like these guys and all the screws and everything, actually into the sculpt first, and so they come out in the casts. Even the light up here, which I don't know if I would do that again or not if I did this helmet over again, because that was a little tricky to make the mold of, but it turned out okay, and I don't have to add it, so that makes it nice. One of the biggest differences I think between these two is the vent hoses, or the respirator hoses. This is just like almost vacuum cleaner hose or something from the hardware store, and it looked okay for this helmet, but I didn't really like it because it wasn't super game accurate. But this time around I found some actual hose that looks a lot like it does in the game, and it's just some kind of repair pipe for under your sink. Actually, it's like a flexible tube. Bought a couple sections of that and bent it and painted this off-white or cream color, and I think it turned out really good. Also, you might notice on the paint scheme on this one is kind of just a basic gray, sort of like it is in the game, whereas this one was my custom green stripe on there. Just decided to go with it that way. And I still got all the usual weathering and dirt and everything. I know the light's kind of getting in the shadow here, but I got my my grime drips there that I do with the alcohol inks, and, got this spot up there, and have different areas of silver, like scuffs and everything, which I do with the dry brush technique, where you just take some silver spray paint, spray it on a brush, and then just kind of brush it on the corners and everything, and it gets a nice kind of weathered look to it. All these lines are just kind of like miscellaneous rubber hoses, different gas line type things. This is actually a piece of metal gas line, these and these guys up here, that I just bent to shape, and this one I just flattened it down. So it's not quite as big as it is in the game, but it still looks pretty good. This is a piece of aluminum I just cut and bent to shape, drilled the holes in it. Some electrical wire I ran in there. This is a knob that I had, stuck that on there. The rangefinder piece, I was gonna actually use the one I made for this helmet, but it got lost in the move, so I couldn't use that one. I had to remake it. But again, I used PVC for the main body of it. These two are pieces of PVC that I cut down. This back here you'll actually recognize is the knob that I used in the sculpt. This is the actual knob. I just glued that on there. This front part here turned out pretty cool, actually, but I struggled to find something to fit right there for a little while. It's actually the inside of a locking plastic cap, like maybe it would be on a medicine bottle or something. I don't know where it came from. It was just in a junk box that I had, but that's the plastic locking mechanism in there. And then this is just a knob I glued in the center there. For the light, like I said, this part was already in the sculpt, and so it came out in the casting. This is just a clear piece of plastic that I had, and I drew the lines on the back of it and scuffed it down to make it look kind of dull. It doesn't light up right now. I tried to get a light working, but I didn't really have the stuff for it, so it doesn't light up right now. Maybe I'll put one in the future, but I don't know. Let's see, what else did I add to it? I'll show you the back of it here. These guys were just pieces of like brass fittings that I shoved in the helmet there. They weren't on the sculpt. But you know, it's kind of hard to talk about stuff that I've added to the helmet because a lot of the details were in the sculpt. You know, like I said, all the screws and the knob over here and that kind of stuff. So it makes it a little different talking about these new helmets than my old ones. But yeah, I'm really happy to be finally making a video on this thing. I've been wanting to for a long time, and I think it turned out really good. I'm pretty happy with it, and as you guys know, this is like my favorite helmet from pretty much any game, and so I'm really glad to have it finished and have a remake, you know, that's a little better, just more refined and closer to being game accurate in some aspects anyways. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I am selling a few of these as raw casts on my Etsy channel. I changed my shop name to Analogue Replicas just to kind of better fit, you know, props and cosplay, the kind of stuff that I do. So I don't know how many I'll be selling, so I'll put a link to that in the description and you guys can check it out if you're interested. I am still working on the Mass Effect helmet, and I'm working on that tutorial series still. I just wanted to go ahead and finish this helmet up, get a video up, and that's it, guys. Thanks for watching as always, and thanks for subscribing if you have, and hope to see you in the future.